Hold on, y'all, because I'm not fully prepared to go live right now. But I knew that if I waited, let me see if I can get this like this. I knew that if I waited, I wasn't going to go live. Why did this do this? Hold on, y'all. Oh, this thing, my tripod's dead. Okay, let's try that. I knew that if I waited, I wasn't going to go live. I'm going to change where y'all at, but I'm trying to figure out what I'm about to do. I just got done eating, and I feel mad bloated because I ate too much. We had a seafood boil. It was really good. I actually just realized I didn't go live today. And it's crazy because I really didn't do much today either. But that's cool. I need to straighten my room up because I can't think straight when my room is a mess. This ain't really about nothing. Hey, Alicia. Good evening. How are you today? How's your day been going so far? Ugh. I'm tired. And it's crazy. I didn't do too much today. But I think, like, you know how towards the end of the week, hey, Sunny. Y'all know how towards the end of the week you just start to feel like kind of burnt out? That's kind of how I feel right now. I just had to come and take a moment for myself because I just realized from the moment I woke up this morning, I've been surrounded by people and I am like peopled out a little bit. Like I needed a moment just for myself and that moment is gone. Hello. How are you? No, let's not touch mommy's tripod. Let's not touch mommy's tripod. Okay, here you go. I'm definitely. What's on your shirt? Here, Ethan. I am on live. Go make yourselves busy, please.
Ethan, get your tablet and go to the room.
He has a pull-up on? Ethan, I'm going to put you in the shower, and I'm going to put Jackson in the shower. Here, Jassy.
No.
Just not right now. Give me about an hour. I need about an hour. Yeah, so, yeah, I'm a little... Eli, do me a favor. Hang this up on a hanger inside of Ethan's closet. You need to stop. You're going to hurt yourself. Did you hit your toes? Here. Go hang that up. Go ahead. Go with brother. But yeah, so I'm on live. For sure. Absolutely for sure. That's why I say he's getting a shower and going to bed. But I just need it.
Yeah. Where you going?
Can you close the door, please? A woosah moment. Like I said, like today hasn't been. Yes, Eli. How can I help you? No, you cannot have your phone back. I will let you know when you can have your phone back. Go ahead, play you the PlayStation or something, and make yourself busy.
Did you try to roll up for him? You didn't come asking for it?
Who was... No, I deleted Roblox off that tablet.
He got it back.
How?
I don't know. You don't have any parameters for not download stuff.
That's not what I asked, but okay.
I just said it. You don't have any parameters for not download stuff.
Okay.
You just go to the App Store. Answer your question.
Okay. Like, I feel like today is just one of those days where, like, y'all ever just keep having, like, stuff, and it just feels like everything's testing and trying. It feels like one of those days. But I just needed a moment to... It's cold. Hold on, let me turn this off. Or I'm not, because I don't know where the remote's at. But it just feel like everything's testing and trying. But I know my kids is definitely sleepy. In Jackson, I'm sitting the wrong way. I should be sitting in front of the window. Jackson hasn't had a nap today. So I know that he's tired. I know that for a fact. But like I was saying before the whole crew rolled through, because I'm telling you, like, I just get found. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter like that. Whenever you try to take that moment for yourself, I just get found. I just realized that from the moment I woke up today until now, I have been surrounded by people. And I get overstimulated if I'm around folks too much. And I also been noticing that, like, grief has been, like, kind of trying to, like, tap in a little bit, because I think of, like, just the things that are going on. I think grief, you know, it's weird, because I'll be okay. It's like I'll never be okay with my mom being gone, you know what I'm saying? But grief every once in a while will just, like, kind of rear its head. So sometimes if you're dealing with grief, or, like, you know what I'm saying, like, realize that if you start to feel a little wonky and you're like, I feel decent, like nothing's really happening to make me feel some type of way, it might be grief trying to knock on your door, and just, you know, leave space for it. But anywho, yeah, I just haven't had a moment to, like, just breathe and be me, like, all day. And I was like, I'm gonna take this moment. I, you know, fed the kids, and I was like, I'm just gonna go upstairs and vibe. I ain't say nothing. Didn't, you know, I just feel depleted, and I need to restore that energy somehow. So that's why I was like, and I said, then I realized I didn't get on live today. So I was like, let me go ahead and go live. But how was y'all day? What y'all was up to? Before I had to get into the thick of parenting one more time, this evening. They're off school tomorrow, actually, which is good. So today is like our Friday. I don't have to worry about school or anything. I hate that I'm sitting this way though, because the light is this way. But my bed, I'm about to make my bed. That's you know what? You know, I'm not even gonna make anything difficult. I'm gonna make my bed. Praying for both of us. Lost my mom. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Girl, it's been a little over a year since my mom's been gone, and it feels like yesterday. My prayers are definitely with you. I tell people, because somebody told me, it's a club that you don't ever want to be a part of, and you don't ever understand until you are. And I'm so sorry for your loss, and be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. That's really it. Don't put expectation of when you should feel, how you should feel, how people make you feel. Don't, you know, take it a day at a time, a moment at a time if you have to. So my heart, my thoughts, my prayers are definitely with you and your family during this time, because it's definitely hard. It's hard to lose a matriarch. Like, it's hard. It's very hard to lose them. It really is, girl. Cause grief whooped me. When I say grief turned me every way but loose, I couldn't even tell you what happened that whole year. I literally was in autopilot, because you have to keep going because your kids. But, like, you know what I mean? That's a lot. But my thoughts and prayers are definitely with you and your family. My day was decent considering this morning's events. Oh, I hope nothing bad happened. I hope nothing too bad happened. Yeah, I saw your short. The one that I commented on. Yeah, I saw your short. And I was like, girl, yes. You know me, I was just talking about that the other day, because the burnout be so for real when you got the kids and cleaning after everybody. We kind of got into that today after we had ate, because, like, I'm all for cracking jokes. I'm very silly, y'all. Like, y'all that follow me for a while, y'all know I'm very silly. I'm very, very silly. And I play around a lot, but I know when to be serious. And I don't play with nobody if I know for sure that they don't want to be playing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like when people try to weaponize that about me. Like, you know what I mean? I don't like when people try to I don't like when people try to be malicious when you're playing around. Like, you know how you play around a person, there's certain things that are just off topics. Like, you don't throw out, like, if you joke about real stuff, it's like silly real stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's not hurtful real stuff. It's not saying, when you're playing around, it's not a time to voice how you really truly feel. You know what I mean? And that sort of happened, which, you know, to God be the glory. And that kind of is what happened. And I was just like, that's not cool. And then to try to flip it like I was wrong. Well, I wasn't playing. Like, if you're not playing and a person, my thing is this, if I'm not in the mood to play and a person starts playing with me, I'm gonna let them know that I'm there. I'm not gonna engage and then say I'm not playing. I'm like, I'm not really in the playing mood right now. Like, I'm trying to, you know what I mean? And if they go on from there and they end up getting their feelings hurt, that's on them. You know what I'm saying? But like, you don't throw something out malicious or mean spirited and then be like, I'm not playing. No, because you've been waiting for an opportunity to say something crazy to me. You've been looking for an opportunity to cut me down. Okay, I will. Girl, I didn't even know you went live. I told you I don't get on alerts or nothing. You gotta like send me a message on something. Because if I'm on my computer, I see my message through Messenger. Like, that's how I seen your message this morning. Um, that scared me. These daggone kids. That's a whole other topic with this phone and my son. But yeah, like, don't use that as an opportunity to say something mean about me. You know what I mean? Say something mean to me. And then when I call you on it, because I'm not letting nothing slide. Like, when I say, like, that's not cool, then you try to flip it like, oh, I wasn't playing and you just want to. No, it wasn't. It wasn't that. Like, don't do that to me. And then you do that in front of my kids. Don't do that. But then you try to flip it and say, like, oh, well, you doing this in front of the kids. And I'm like, that's also I was like, let me just, before I just stop. Like, I've been getting really good at just stopping and just be like, Lord, calm my spirit. Calm my spirit, Lord, because I feel the lion trying to bust out of this zoo. Hey, Vanessa. I be so I just be like, Lord, calm my spirit, because I don't want to feel yucky. You know what I mean? I do not want to feel like that at all. But it's been like a rainy day. It's kind of clear right now. The kids don't got school tomorrow, but I still got to get. You miss me. You miss me. I ain't gonna lie, Vanessa. I do not know who you are. Do you just miss seeing me in my vlogs? Girl, I'm gonna keep it 1,000. Oh. Well, I love that you support my channel. That's awesome. I need to start vlogging again. I do. I have footage. I said I was gonna post something today. And I still have time to post today because it is not 12 o'clock midnight on a Thursday. I don't want to see nothing from the school right now. I don't want to see that. Why they keep emailing me? Y'all like the kids off tomorrow. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, the kids are off school tomorrow, so we do get to sleep in as much as the kids let me sleep in. But Jackson has a well child visit because I don't know if I told y'all before. I don't know if I came on live that day. The day that I thought was girl, I ain't even pulled the footage down. But yeah, the day that I thought was Jackson's appointment, and I got him up, got him dressed, and went to the doctor's. Honey, I got to that front desk to register, and they were like, his appointment's Friday. And I was like, are you sure? I'm like, in my mind, I'm just like, well, can you just see him today? Because we here, and he's clean, and we ready to do this. And they're like, yeah, his appointment's Friday. And this was like Tuesday. So, I have to take Jackson for his well child visit and get that out the way so all his stuff will be up to date. So that's the only thing I have to do tomorrow. And when I get for here, I'm probably going to wash the kids. Girl, I haven't, because that was me last week from my appointment. My mom be, yeah, it be everywhere. Like when you're trying to like, it's just life happens and you just be all over the place sometimes. And I be telling people like mom brain is a real thing. And then when we be having so much and trying to keep all these different schedules, especially because y'all know Ethan be going to therapy like twice a week. He be going to therapy, him in school, and then he gets out early on Fridays usually. And just like I be trying to put everything. And then my physical's coming up. I think it's next week. It's on the 30th. So whatever day is the 30th, that's my physical. Oh my gosh, if y'all email me one more time. I seen the first one. Jeez Louise. But yeah. But it's so real. But for those y'all that don't know, I got a job. Finally, like a real legit, like stable 8-hour shift, 40 hours a week job. It is a work from home and it is a second shift type schedule. So I could still have my day free. I could still give me a little part-time during the day if I really wanted to. Might do that. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But Yeah, so we're just really trying. Thank you, girl. You know, you don't understand. Like some of y'all do. How this has been a long time coming. I've been trying to get stable for so long, and while it isn't like it's an extreme pay cut from what I'm used to, but to get my foot in the door, I'm a firm believer. You just got to let me get my foot in the door. Just let me get my foot in the door, please. Just let me get my foot in the door, and baby, I'll let God work the rest out, cause He worked this out. And I'm just like, remember I told you I came on here. Remember I came here and I told y'all, I said that day when I had got out the shower and I was just listening to music, and then this song came on, and all of a sudden it was like God just clicked in my spirit, and I just started praying, like just crying out to God. And He was just like, He was just doing something in me, just out of nowhere. I'm in the presence of the Lord, like praying and and everything. And I felt something break. I felt something break. And I remember like when I came to like out of prayer and everything, and that man in the song, he was just like, you got to reintroduce yourself back to these things, and was just like, hello peace, hello joy, hello love, hello hope, hello strength. Like it something in me had, yeah girl. Kenzie wants to go outside. Is it nice where you at? Because it was raining all day today. um yeah, that live, like that, when that had happened, I'm telling you, I felt different when I came out of my room. Like when I got done praying, I felt something just shift. I cannot explain it. And right after that is when all these, like I started getting interviews, calls for interviews on jobs. Like my app was getting pulled. I was moving past the first point of contact. Like they want interviews, like 3 jobs back to back to back hit me up for interviews. All my little AI side gigs all had brand new projects that I qualified for that was paying more. Just kept, it's like, you're approved, we want you on this project. I applied for one project with the little AI gigs. They wrote me back and was like, hey, we want you on this project paying more. And I'm just like, when I say the blessings will overrun you and overtake you, you got to stay faithful. Because y'all know some of y'all know I'm really in the trenches right now. I really been. But I made a decision that no matter what it looks like, no matter what I'm going through, I made a decision that I'm going to trust God. And that by no means is saying that I'm perfect. Absolutely not, baby. I am the chiefest of all sinners, okay? Like, I try. And I had, backsliding. I got things I'm still working on with God, but God knows my heart. And I'm not in the sense of like, oh, I'm saying just God knows my heart. No, like I really be travailing. I really be asking God to deliver me. And I just been like really put my trust in Him. And whenever things go crazy, when things get real bad in here, I just start praying. When I don't feel good in my body, I start praying. When I feel good, I'll be thanking Him. I'll be covering my kids. Like I really just was like, God, I can't be in control no more. I've been trying for 3 years. Like, bro, like, oh my God, it makes me emotional thinking about it. I've been trying for 3 years. I've been trying my whole life. But these past 3 years since I moved here, like my life has just went boom, like horribly right after each other. And I was just like, God, like something gotta shake, Lord. Like I just been travailing, like, Lord, please. Like, and I told God, I said, not even for me, my boys. I said, they didn't even ask to be here. My kids did not ask to be here. I said, God, I don't think I can handle everything. But at the end of the day, if you could just set it up to where my kids don't have to feel the weight and the burden of whatever season you got me going through. That's all I'm asking. Moses didn't make it into the promised land, but the people did. Okay? Because I know sometimes I was like, Lord, I don't know if I've done something that was just so like, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't going to be able to make it into the promised land on this side. I don't believe that. But I said, Lord, if I did, and my kids can, let's just make a way. But I'm telling you, after that, like, I was obedient to that because I could have easily been like, no, I'm not going to do this. I don't feel like praying. I don't feel like doing this. Because I just got myself together, looked cute, had everything. Nope. I gave it to God. And when something had shifted, that's when all this stuff started rolling in. And I was like, wow. You know what I mean? I did go kind of ghost for a second off my social media. I haven't really been posting stuff, but that's because I'm building something right now that was on my heart to do. And it has been an outlet for my grief as well. And in time, I will let you guys know about that. But it's been very helpful for me during this season of my life. I just didn't feel like It just wasn't time to present it to the world yet. But it's slowly, God is working that out too. I still need to be obedient in that manner. But yeah, like, I don't know, like, I'm just grateful. I just give God the glory. And I don't despise humble beginnings. I don't. You know, you got to start somewhere. Like I said, just get my foot in the door. God can do the rest. This is your season. Yeah, so happy you kept your faith because life will make you dumb. Girl, life will... I'm telling you, I don't think I've been through a rougher season. These last 3 years, baby, I don't think I've been through a rougher season. When I say I got life had hands, and that life had hands, like it's... I don't know how that man held on and wrestled with that angel with a messed up hip. Like, baby, you know how gangster you gotta be to say that I ain't gonna let go until you bless me, God. And just whipped, you know, but I guess we have to think of it in the same thing. Like, that was a physical representation of like how we are with our faith walk. If you don't lose faith, if you don't stop trusting God, even when life looked like it shouldn't be. Because honestly, I feel like when I lost my mom, I never charged God foolishly. I'll give you that. I never was like, God, why? Like, in the sense of like, I don't know how to explain it properly, because it was just like, I never got mad. No, I never got mad at God. I did ask God, like, you know, why right now? Why right now? What was I've asked him. I was like, what was the purpose in that? Like, what is, you know, I know it was her time. I understand that. But I was like, you know, thinking about like how it affected me and how, you know, being her only daughter, being at the very prime of raising my kids, you know, those moments when we need, you know, I need to call her up. Like, my mom ain't be able to see not one of my kids graduate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, you know, I'm raising my children, like literally just starting to raise my children. And so like, there was just questions I had around it, but I never charged God foolishly. I never got mad at him, you know, which was like, I don't know. I don't know if that was just the faith in me knowing the word. I don't know. I never got mad at him. I was just sad. I was heartbroken. And that's what I really had to go to God with. Cause I was just like, when I finally, I couldn't talk for like a good 3 months. I couldn't talk. Like, when I say I couldn't talk, like, I couldn't say nothing. I just didn't have words. And when I finally I couldn't pray because I didn't know what to say. And when I finally did, I was just like, I'm heartbroken. You took my baby. My mama was my baby. It's crazy how our parents become so, you know, like our children. I don't know, like, maybe that's just me and like a few people I know, but like, that was my baby. That was my best friend. That was my baby. You took my baby. You know, I was calling her like, hey girl, what you doing? Like, you know, that's who I just couldn't understand it. And I know that I really made sure that I was kind to myself. One of my friends who lost her mother in a very, I think it also matters how you lose your parent. It can be very jarring when it's so sudden. It can be very jarring when it's not. It doesn't minimize it at all. But my one friend told me, I don't know how we got back here, but my one friend told me, she said, Ashley, don't let nobody rush you. And she was like, make sure you just be true to what you feel and do not think about nobody else. If one time you have to be selfish, it is in this moment when you are dealing with this. And don't let anybody tell you what it looks like. Don't let anybody tell you how you should get over it. Don't listen to nobody. Listen to you and what your body needs, and allow yourself to grieve. And I didn't even know what grief was. I'm gonna be absolutely honest. I never felt like, I knew depression, I knew sadness. Grief is a whole other monkey. That little thing is sneaky, because that grief is sneaky. Baby, let me tell you. And what I did, there was a group on Facebook called Daughters Who've Lost Their Mothers. And for a long, long time, I just kind of, I just read it. It's true, Sunny, it's true. I just would read the posts that they would put. I could never say nothing until I think it took a year. It took a year. And I would just read, and I could relate to what they were saying, and I finally posted. But what I found for me was I channeled my pain into creating something tangible. So like when they say journal, if you like to crochet, if you like to paint, I poured those feelings into whatever project I was working on. So like I've written songs just to get my grief out. I have created designs around that. Like I I just picked up my phone sometimes when the grief got so heavy. I just picked my phone up, turn on voice memo, and I just talked to it. Sometimes it was talking to her, sometimes talking to God, sometimes it was just talking to get that negative stuff out. Sometimes I made videos. I made full videos just to get it out, because that's the thing with grief. If you don't release that pain, you can't transmute that pain. If you don't release it, you can't transmute it. It won't change. You cannot, you can't do anything with it. It'll just sit there and it'll just eat you up. And so I tell people, you got to let it out. You got to let it out, because if you don't let it out, it will come out. It won't stay. And it's not like depression where it will just eat you from the inside out. It'll eat you from the inside out, and then it'll come out. And it'll come out ugly. As it is already going. I'm telling you, you might lose some friends during this process. I'm telling y'all. I don't even know why I was not planning on coming here to talk about this. But the Lord is the Lord. You will lose some people. You will lose some family. And not because you're being mean to them, and not always because they don't understand, but it's just a process. Because what you have to understand is you are literally being recreated. You are now living in a world without your mother. And we don't know what that looks like. We have had this woman in our life, those that have that relationship, you know what I'm saying? It could be a father, whatever, whoever was that matriarch for you. Because sometimes it's your grandmother. You know, sometimes your grandmother's one that raised you. But you are living in a world without this person that has been there with you every single day of your life. Whether and I mean that like figuratively, obviously, unless you live with her every single day. But you know what I'm saying? Like you have to learn how to be in a world without them. And that is completely like, there's no playbook for that. And then what I realized real quick is that people don't talk about grief. Because baby, I'm telling you, I felt so blindsided. I've lost people before. I've lost grandmothers I was very close to that I took very hard, but nothing prepared me for losing my mama. Nothing prepared me from losing that woman. There's no feeling I've ever felt that felt like when I lost my mom. You're starting over. I mean, I promise you, you're starting over. You're starting over. And it's those moments where it hits you, where you're so used to thinking about something your mom said or calling her, that you like, oh my God, she's not. And it just shakes your core. Like, am I dreaming? Like, is this real? It really does. But a book, I will tell you this, there's a book. Hold on, let me make sure I get the title right. I'm pretty sure I got it right, because baby, I was all up in that. But there was a book. The lady archived her Instagram, I believe. But this book, if you can get it, girl, if I had the money, I would gift it to you. But child, I'm in between blessings right now. But I will tell you the tea. Hold on. This book is so powerful. Oh my God, where's that at? Oh my God, I can't find it. Oh, that's gonna bug me so bad. That is gonna bug me so bad. And I can't think of that lady's name. Let me see if it's on my Oh, it's gonna bug me so bad, y'all. Hold on, I'm about to find it. This book, I'm telling you, I hadn't read anything that could put words to what I was feeling every step of the way. Hold on, Bianca. I'm about to read that. I gotta get my brain. You know, my brain be a little slow. I'm trying to find this. About to read that. But Oh my gosh, I'm not signed in. This is gonna stress me out. This is gonna stress me out, yo. I talked about it so much on my Instagram. Instagram. No, I'm gonna Google one more time. Why is the name escaping me? Because I was deep in this book. And I don't even know where the book is at. The cover is like pinkish, I think. Child. This ain't it. That's not it. That's the book I downloaded on Audible, and it was horrible. I said, if you don't get this off of my page. Like, well, don't listen. Y'all, I'm tripping. What's her name? Angela? Yo, I don't know why I can't find it. I don't know why I can't find it. Let me look at my laptop. Hold on. Hold on. One of my biggest fears as I get older and my mom gets older, the mother-daughter relationship does turn into friendship when you're an adult. It does. It does. And you know the beautiful part about it? It's so pure. It's so pure because you have to understand this is a person that knows everything about you. This is a person that knew who you were going to become before you became it. And to have someone with that type of insight and that type of wisdom, y'all, like nothing matches that. You know what I mean? Even when y'all argue, you still know without a shadow of a doubt, that woman loves you so much. And at the end of it all, wants what's best for you. And I truly believe even those that have complicated motherships, that at the core of it, this person wants the best for you. And if they hate you, that they probably got more going on up there than you know about. Because it's hard for me to understand the concept of someone that hates their child. But I know that it is out there. But 9 times out of 10, that has something to do with some like extreme mental health issues, you know. Why is the baby screaming, child? I don't know. I want to say her name is Angela, child, but I don't want to misquote the name because there's one book out there with a similar name. I don't know why he's crying, but somebody better fix it. Okay, fix why my baby's crying. Hold on, y'all. I'm really trying to figure out what the name of this book is. Maybe I can find it on my Instagram because I think I did quote it. That was okay. Wait, y'all. I might have found it. Okay, it's called. Let me pull it up. Found it. Because I was like, I haven't posted that much since I've been going through this. It's few and far between. I just started. Hey, girl. Is you about to head to work? How's he? Oh, my God. I'm going to mind my business while I'm on here for a second because I don't feel like arguing with nobody. Here you go. This book right here. If you can get this book, I'm telling you, it was... Oh my God, happy birthday, girl. I hope you enjoy your dinner. Oh my God, I completely forgot. My bad. I've been all over the place. I'm trying not to be poor, y'all. That's all it is. I'm trying to this book. She might have a different cover on there, but this book right here. And she has an Instagram, and I'm telling you, but she had archived it because she said she didn't want to it was hard for her to run her personal Instagram with that side of it. But I'm saying on that Instagram had a wealth of like information and just like insight onto all of it. But if you can get a hold of this book, and it's not expensive at all, like it's really not. No, why? For what? I'm not thinking about Eli right now.
They on Jackson giving it to
But yeah, if you can get a hold of this book, Sonny, I don't know if you're still on here, girl, but if you can get a hold of this book, it's called Love Notes to Grievers by Angela E. Morris. When I say that was the only book I read, and I've read a lot of them because I was trying to understand what I was feeling. I was trying to get through it. This was the only book, baby. This was the only book that put a voice to my pain, put a voice to that undescribable pain. Where she understood. And I remember because I had posted this on my Instagram, right? And it says, this was an excerpt from one of the things in there, and it said, grief for me has been the ultimate undoing, a complete rebuild, a pile of rubble to sort through. The arrival of insurmountable pain has connected me to the world's aches more vividly. Grief has broken me down and woven me with humans who dance between two worlds, one before their loved one's death and one after. And all of her stuff was just so insightful. It was so just, and it don't matter if you haven't lost your mother or not, but if you're dealing with grief, it's a beautiful book to have. It's a beautiful book to read. Or if you want to understand someone that's going through, oh God, this is tearing me up going down here and just seeing a picture of my mama on my Instagram. And I just remember being so just, oh my God. Let me get off of there, y'all, before I start crying. But yeah, that. Okay, now, y'all, let me get out of this sad bag for me, because we don't want to get too sad now. Listen, hold on. I'm about to put this camera upwards because I'm about to roll over my bed, and I don't want y'all seeing me look like a caterpillar, roly poly. But I need to grab this light so I can turn it on because it's getting dark in here. But yeah, Ivory, if you stay in here, girl, I hope you enjoy your dinner. Happy birthday, girl. Okay, I made it back. Y'all. I made it back. That girl, I'm telling you, and you won't regret it. I promise you. And you know me, I'm not gonna talk out the left side of my head because I literally, like, I was in a bad space. That, like I said, she was my baby. That was my baby. Look, that was my baby. I was lost. For sure. And definitely once you go through it, which I know it's gonna take time, it might even take you time to pick the book up and read it. Like I'm not gonna say I'm not rushing or nothing, but I would love to hear your thoughts on it. But it was a great, I recommend that. I recommend it to anybody because that was the only thing that really started to piece together my process of healing. It made me feel okay with what I was feeling. It felt like someone understood me, because people will say, one thing I was really big on too is you cannot take advice about grief from people who haven't lost their mother. I'm gonna tell you that. And I stuck with that. Like, I mean, I'm not saying, oh, don't say nothing to me type time. No. Be kind. Be kind if you can. But like I said, it's a club and it's a feeling you don't understand until you're a part of it. And then once you're a part of it, you completely understand. You'll think back to somebody that you know that did, and you'll be like, I understand why you took the route that you did after your mother passed. Good or bad. I understand why you became a turtle. I understand. It's a rebirth. Yeah, but it definitely is. And it is and I'll never tell anybody it gets better, because it don't. But you learn to live with it. So in the sense of that, it gets better. But always just honoring your feelings. That's what helped me get through grief. When I wasn't dealing with it, it was tearing me up, baby. It was turning me every which way but loose. And it's unfortunate because my brother has not dealt with the loss of my mom, and it's turning him every which way but loose. In the most horrible ways. He's just, I'll keep him in prayer. And if y'all pray, please lift my brother up in prayer. Because it's a number. And then my oldest brother, you know, he has mental health issues. So sometimes he remembers kind of what's going on. And sometimes he don't even remember that my mom's gone. So, which is hard, because it's just like, I try to like be there for him, but it's just like, you know. And I will say this one part with me, and I know this isn't everybody, because some people gravitate to other people in their family Like, my mom has sisters. True, because I lost my father and I thought I knew, but it's different with my mom. Yeah. I haven't lost my father. And, you know, and the fact that I've lost my mom and now that my dad's having health problems, I'm getting a little like, Chad, I can't take another one of these L's. Not right now, Jesus. Hang us, keep us close. But I will say that while I am close to my dad, I don't think that I'm gonna miss him, and it's gonna hurt, obviously, because that's my parent. But my mama's my mama. I'm a mama's girl. It's yeah. I would probably say that, and I believe that. I take people's word for it. But what I say is my mom has sisters, right? And they're like, Ashley, I'm here for you. Anything you need, call me. Call me. Just call me. Just if you don't need nothing, even just want to talk, like Ashley, like, you know. And at first it was one of those like, nobody can take the place of my mama. I don't want nobody to think that they're going to take the place of my mama. And I know, but the thing is, as I began to heal, I realized that's not what it is. But what it was is the reason why I can't talk to them. And I feel bad about, like, my mom's one best friend. Like, I've known her since I was a kid. They were like sisters too. I haven't talked to her one time since my mom passed. I haven't talked to my aunties for real. Like, on Facebook, I'll, like, you know, message them, comment, whatever. But it's the fact they remind me so much of my mom that I just can't. I'm not there. I'm not ready yet. I can't. And it sucks in a way because, like, they're older. Something could happen. But, like, there's levels to grief. There's levels to grief when you lose your mom. There's levels. There's levels of healing. And you don't know until you hit that level and be like, oh, it's another one to get through. There's that initial, and then there's phases and levels. Like, there's levels to it. And I'm not ready. And I'm okay with that. So, I feel myself getting to a place of being like, I'm gonna be able to talk to them. But it was like, I didn't want to cry on the phone with nobody. I'm her daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my mama. Like, I love that you loved her, and I love that you want to, but you got to understand, that was my mama. That was my mama. I'm her daughter. So while you might have been her best friend, you might have been her childhood friend, you know that woman. I know the mama. Okay? I'm sorry you lost your friend, but this was my mama. And so that's how, like, I couldn't really talk to nobody. You know, I barely could talk to my brother. And I wrote a song for my brother, and I'm gonna send it to him, but I know it's gonna make him cry. I know it's gonna break him down. Cause when I listened to it, it broke me down. It broke me down. Because I feel like, oh gosh, why y'all trying me to cry on here? I'm gonna drink some water, get my life together. But maybe this is the therapy I didn't know I needed. I just kind of, he reminded me of my mom. And I didn't know how to be there. I'm so used to, I'm the little sister, but I'm the one that, like, I'm mama. And I feel like, girl, what is happening right now? What is happening? I ain't trying to be on here crying on Ashley Lipton, hair laid to the side. I'm so used to taking care of everybody. Like, when my mom was alive, she'd be like, oh, go make sure Ted's good. Go take him a plate. Come pick this up and go drop it off to him if he couldn't get there, if he wouldn't come around. Or if he was caught up in something and was trying to not see us, I'll go hunt him down. I'll be like, Mom, I'm gonna go find him. I'm gonna go make sure he good. I'm gonna go. And so, with her passing, immediately I realized I now have to step. Not only do you live in a world where you aren't, your covering is, you know, your mom's gone. For daughters, it's a very unique experience because you have now shifted into the role of matriarch in your family. And people don't talk about that. And so even if you're young or not, like when that top mama leaves, you shift into that for your family. Like, yeah, you could have your aunties and stuff, but mama was the head over here. And you shift into that role. And trying to process grief and losing her, and knowing I have to step into this role now, now I have to call and take care of my brothers, make sure they're good. I got to call and check in with them. I got to make sure we stay put together. I got to make sure my kids know their aunties and their uncles. I got to make sure they know, that our lineage keeps on going and everything. Like, it's a lot. And I was like, I am breaking down. How can I do this? And so I just really felt bad because my brother started going through some really tough stuff. And I know it's grief. And then everybody's calling me like, Ashley, like, you need to talk to him. You need to come here. You need to do this. And I'm like, doesn't anybody care how I'm feeling? Does anybody care what I'm going through? I can't help him. I can't help him because I can't help me right now. But even though I understood I have to be right for me, it was hard just letting him, just watching him fall apart. And then just feeling that kind of, what is it? Not grief. What is it? Guilt. Because what's going on? Feeling that guilt, it just kind of eats you up. You know what I mean? It just, because I want to do something, but I can't. You know what I mean? Like, and so it hurts. It hurts. It hurts because I'm just like, God, please don't let him destroy himself, because I know he's just not dealing with my mom's death. I know he's not. But I'm not in a position to help him. You know what I mean? And so my way of dealing with that, like, I just kind of keep distance because it just hurts. It's just like, mommy wouldn't want you like this. You've never been down bad like this. You've never attached yourself to people that, and I don't know how to fix it. So I just pray. I just pray for him. Like, whenever God puts it on my heart, he's already in my prayers, you know what I'm saying? But like, when God puts it on my heart, I don't care what time it is, what I'm doing, I will stop what I'm doing and I will go into warfare for my brother. Because I know the enemy is trying to attack him. Because I just remember, like, when I wasn't dealing with it, like, it was tearing me up. I started drinking again. I started smoking cigarettes. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I have nothing to lie about. I was down bad. I was just trying to numb. I did everything but drugs. Thank God. I did everything but drugs. Thank you, Lord, for that. But I was just trying to numb. And the crazy part is that, like, I couldn't get drunk enough to not remember. I couldn't get drunk enough not to remember. That's how deep it goes, because that's not going to fix it. But it darn sure you try. Baby, I was buzzballed out. I don't know if y'all ever had a buzzball, but I was having 3 of them. I was Taylor Porting over here. You going through a tough time when you on that Taylor Port. And that becomes your drink of choice, baby. Because that Taylor Port got some liquor in it. Baby, I was going through like a half pack of cigarettes a day. I was so stressed out here with these kids. I wasn't eating. I was just drinking. And I was just chain smoking because I didn't know what else to do. Until I started giving it to God. I just was like, God, I don't even like cigarettes. I hate the smell. And God sobered me up. Like, when I started really turning to him, God sobered me up so good, so quick. Thank the Lord. Because I was a mess. Give yourself some grace. You have to heal you first. That's true. That's really true. At the same time, you have to take care of you. Absolutely. And it's hard to see that when everyone around you's hurting, and then everybody's calling you, because I'm telling you that a lot of people in my family looked at me as the fixer. Like, you need something, call Ashley. You need to know something about the law, call Ashley. You need this, call Ashley. You know what I mean? Like, and that gets overwhelming sometimes because it's like, who do I call when I need somebody? Why is Jesus Christ of Nazareth the only one that I'm calling on? Why don't I have someone to pick up the phone and call to? And that's why I built this community, because y'all be the ones that I call. My YouTube family be the ones that I call. The same thing that people like, oh, I don't know why you be on social media. Da, da, da. I'm like, you don't understand. I built a family over here, okay? I built a family over here. I didn't know what I was doing or why I was doing it until it happens. And I'm like, that's why I was doing it, because I built a family over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the people that encourage me. Those are the people that come looking for me when I go missing. Those are the people that be like, I don't know what you're going through, girl. Or that this or that. What? What, you want to play a game? Baby, I don't know what that is, Karina. Is that what the young kids, 6, 7? I learned that because, listen, one of the girls in here told me what her son told her. And oh my gosh, girl. And I was playing around with Eli, and that same day I told him, he's like, how you know that, Mom? You can't wear that guilt hat. Continue to pray and do what you can when you can. Yeah, I'm getting out of it. I am slowly getting out of it. It just still stings. You know what I'm saying? It still stings, but yeah, like I just pray. You know what I mean? I just pray. I don't know what that means. But yeah, it's a journey, and I'm still on it, but to God be the glory, y'all. To God be the glory. I'm still standing. And I honestly believe, like, all of the things happen for a reason. And if I say that I trust the Lord and I lean on the Lord and he's who he is, then I understand when the scripture says to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. But again, to close that, I mean, we can close that if you want to. We can talk about it. I'm a certified yapper. I can talk about anything. Jesus wept. Okay? And weeping is not just normal crying. Keep that in mind. So if Jesus did it, surely who are we? We are but dust. We are but dust. But I feel so good. Like, I needed this talk. Thank you. I'm sorry if this was a little emotional for people, but I needed this conversation because I told y'all I felt something was just on me that just, it was just making me, and whenever I get real silly, I feel like that's when like deep emotions be trying to rise up, and that's just like my body naturally reacting to it, because I'll start getting real silly. I can't wait to see everything shift for you. You're deserving of all good things. Thank you so much, girl. Like, I be trying, like, girl, I be trying. I be trying. Like, I just, but I can't complain. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really can't complain, because how many people can say that they've been in my situation and God carried them through without lack up until now? Like, you know what I'm saying? I've been facing eviction twice. I haven't had a job for 3 years. I don't live in a low-income apartment. God moved the heart of the man that broke my heart to pay my rent while we were not together, not sleeping together, not talking on the phone for an entire year. Okay? That same man helped me pay for my mom's funeral. This same man, and y'all know, if y'all been here long enough, y'all know the devastation. Because I gave up everything to come here. My job, my 401k, my savings, my career, my kids, friends and family, my friends and family. Because I'm thinking, like, and to come here I'm knocked up, and I have nothing to fall back on. My car, everything gone, everything just, I'm here. And then to be devastated. And God still, and you know why? Because I kept my face to the wall. When that man went overseas, I built a prayer wall. And I'm telling you, God knocked the breath out of me in my kitchen. I mean, when I say he dropped me to my knees, because I was in there sliding down the wall. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all be thinking I'm playing when I said that, but I literally was sliding down the wall crying because I ain't never been hurt like that. I ain't never been betrayed like that in my life. I still have, I will show y'all, but it's a little messy over there. I still have my one poster board that has my scriptures. I had a place for my scriptures I would read daily, and things I would learn from the Bible, and then all the prayers. And I still, matter of fact, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it just to show that I'm not lying, y'all. I know y'all know I'm not lying. Not too much on my bed because I didn't make it. Oh no, it broke. God, do you not want me to take this off the wall? I'll put it back, I promise. I promise, Jesus. Them tacks was in there good. I ain't gonna show you all of it because you know prayers is sacred. You know what I'm saying? I don't be like everybody in my business like that. But we family over here. But let me see. I just want to show you this one. This sticky note right here. I don't know if I can see what it says. This one right here. You see the date? Let me see. I wear glasses. 8/20/2022. 8/20/2022. I said, God, free me, please. And God had dropped in my spirit. He said, I have to forgive Michael. I have to pray for him earnestly, without bias. That was day 19 of when he left out of this house to go overseas. And we were done when he moved out. I counted all the way up to 100 because I said I needed to know what day I started feeling like myself. What day was this pain going to stop? Baby, when I say I was taking it a day at a time, I was taking it. I'm telling you, that wall over there, I was sliding down that wall in some horrible tears, dropping to my knees. And one day I realized, I said, I cannot be depressed for my kids. I cannot let myself die like this. My kids need me. And I got up and I just started praying. And I turned my face to the wall and I ain't turned it away since. But on 8/20/2022, he said, the only way that I will free you is if you forgive that man. And y'all that's been here for a while, and y'all seen them vlogs, and y'all seen me on social media having a whole losing my mind. God wanted me. God wanted me to forgive. You want me to forgive? He said the only way I will free you from the situation you are in and deliver you is you have to forgive that man and pray for him earnestly without bias. And y'all see it. 8/20/22. 8/20/22. We are in 2025. Oh my God, what's the date today? What's the date today? I was gonna say, is it the 20th? It's the 25th. It's right, it's the 25th because we ain't been raptured. And baby, I got a whole host of videos and channels to travel to that told us that we was going to get raptured. And they still here just like me. That I ain't gonna go and troll them. I just want to see what they gonna say. This one girl got a video where she crying in her thumbnail. Like, she's like, I'm so sorry, you guys. I can't believe I got bamboozled. So I want to see what she had to say. Girl, why you asking them questions? Yeah, but before I get to that, yeah, but that's just say God provided for 3 years, and that was me showing y'all proof. God provided without me having one red cent to my name. God provided, and made sure that me and my kids had a roof over our heads, and we didn't have to go and be homeless, shelter, none of that. So I've been living in survival, but I've been blessed. And I am not anyone to ever say anything otherwise. God literally blessed me. And I think about it with everything that happened with my mom. Had I not been in this position, I would have been working a full-time job and would have never been able to take off to be there with her. You know what I mean? And still have a roof over my head for me and my kids. So yeah, God, when you lock in and you give it to the Lord, he does provide. But to get to this question, do you feel like if he didn't have issues, he would be a decent person? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because when I say there are amazing qualities, so much potential, but the demons are demoning. Because this was a conversation, part of why I am still here. There was a conversation, a real heart to heart, after my mom passed. And when it was talking about, so what happens? What happens when you come back if I'm not working and I can't pay the rent after this year is up? And I was like, we had a real heart to heart. We had a real heart to heart. I ain't gonna get all in there and tell everything, but if certain things would happen, um, there could have been a consideration. But it's just so many lies, so many, like, so much. Um, if God delivered him and that's where I'm supposed to be at, then maybe. But it's just very layered. It's very layered. And I always tell my thing is this: I do desire to be married one day. And this is the first time in my life that I have ever this is the first time in my life that I have ever been in a situation where I can honestly say, like, if I had to stay here to make sure my kids were protected and safe and had a good life, I would sacrifice myself. And I understood why women for many, many years back in the day, and not just because they couldn't survive on their own, but like stayed because of the stability. I understand them and I don't judge them. But I desire love. You know what I mean? Like, I still believe in love. Even after I done got Ragnaroked, okay? I still believe in love. There's no way that the Bible constantly preaches to us love, love thy neighbor, and shows us some of the beautiful relationships and shows us all these lessons and said the biggest of everything is love and agape love. And I refuse to believe that we're not supposed to have that. Now, with all that being said, I also am a firm believer and I can do bad by myself. And the older I get, the more I understand why women do stay by themselves, even at and or at least at a minimum wait until their children are grown and in college, and then they start dating and going out and being on their own terms, because peace is something you cannot put a price on. Peace. And you don't realize it until you don't have peace on a consistent basis and it's no fault of your own. Do you realize peace is priceless? So I hope that answered your question in a roundabout way. And I just be careful with the things that I say because, you know, but there is, at the end of the day, like, no matter all the stuff we've been through, I do have a love there for him. Um, but he needs a lot of help. And I can't allow myself to be broken down while he's trying, you know. And that kind of like where the talks always end up going. That's why now it's like we literally live like roommates. Like, we don't do nothing together but maybe eat a meal here and there. We don't kiss, we don't hug, we don't rendezvous, do nothing. It's like roommates. I'm upstairs, he downstairs. If he's upstairs, I'm downstairs or in the room with the kids. And I'm just like, God, you have your way. I'm gonna keep my kids safe and I'm gonna keep my kids stable as long as I can. Like, That's why I was like, God, please give me a job. Give me a job, Lord. Lord, I want to work. I'm not somebody that just want to sit down. I want to work. I want to work. I want to make money. I want to have stability. I want to know that if this gets terrible, I can get up out of here, or I can be like, you can go ahead and go and I'm good. You know what I mean? So, and it's unfortunate because it is so much potential there to be such a, just got to get rid of those demons. And it's crazy because we started going to church. We had started going to church. He got saved and everything. But that alcohol, turns the sweetest, nicest person into someone they don't even recognize when it becomes a problem. And we're past that. We know it's a problem, and now it's like it's not no hiding it. And that's unfortunate because my grandmother was married to an alcoholic and my mom was married to an alcoholic, and it got very domestic-y in there. And I'm like, I don't want that for my life. I don't want my kids thinking this is normal. Because my grandmom and my mama raised someone that'll knock your head off your shoulders. Because I saw them. They might have been getting tossed around, but they was knocking them Negroes' heads off them shoulders. I'll never forget when I see my mom bust my dad upside his head with an iron. I said, why would you do that? But he hit her with the stuff. And so she took that iron off that ardent board and went wham. Yo, the stuff we grew up seeing is crazy. Yo, it's so crazy. I'll never forget that. And I remember my dad bust our window out in our kitchen because my mom locked him out the house, and he tried to climb through that little window. You know how in the houses where the window's above the sink? It's a row home, mind you. So there's that square rectangular window. It ain't a big window that nobody should be crawling through. And you can see it to the backyard. My dad busted that window and tried to climb his big behind through that window. And then the cops came. It was like an episode of Cops. I'll never forget it. His hand was wrapped up in his shirt, and then the cops sitting there like, because the cop knew my dad, so was trying to talk to him. My mom's like, no, arrest him. And we're just in our pajamas, and it's just lights and child. The things we grew up with is crazy. A person has to be willing to help themselves. He has the resources. And that's the thing. And that is the thing, girl, right there. I can't make you do anything. You have to want it. And it's funny because I wrote a song, right? Okay, I'm gonna say it. So I've created a AI persona who does music when I learned how to put stuff together. And she has her own little thing going on. And I wrote a song and released it under her, her page and stuff. And he knows about it. Like, my kids in the house know about it. Because we all be in here collaborating and stuff. Because I think it's something to bring us together. And I think it's cool. And AI is powerful. Because, baby, some of this music, I'll be like, girl, what, girl? But a lot of the songs I write. Because I've always been writing songs since I was a teenager. I just don't have the voice. I sound like a 12-year-old little girl singing Little Mermaid when I sing. But there's a song, and he don't be tuned into it like that, like the page. But he was like, yeah, one night I was like, I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna support, what you're doing, and listen to the song. And listen to her music, the AI persona I created, right? And he was like, is there anything you want to tell me? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Because really, I really didn't know what he was talking about. I'm just like, what are you talking about? He's like, hold on. And so he pulls up the page and he says name his song. And I just burst out laughing. song's a beautiful song, y'all. I ain't gonna say, look, what happened to my ponytail? The song's a beautiful song, y'all. Like, it's a beautiful song. Girl, what happened? And so he's just like, so this sounds real familiar. This sounds real personal. And I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? I almost want to play the song for y'all, but I'm trying to be incognito. And I'm not like everybody be watching my lives anyway. That's why I said sometimes, like, and I even said that when I first did this, when I decided that I was going to do this, I got inspired by an AI person, which y'all probably heard of, that had got a $3 million contract off of AI music. And I said, hold on, Jesus. I've been writing songs since I was 7. I've been writing poetry and songs, and baby, I got a whole archive I can pull out and dust off. I'm a storyteller. What? 3 million? I said, Lord, I said, what? I said, Lord, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't even need 3 million. Okay? I'm gonna be real. I don't even need 3 million. That's powerful. And you can do exceedingly abundantly above all, but I just need like 100,000. Girl, it was. Now we want to hear it. Listen. So but like, no, this song really has been a point of contention. I'm not even gonna lie. And I'm thinking to myself, if you mad about that one, if you mad about that, because I basically I'm using this person. It's a whole, like, this person don't look nothing like me. Y'all know I learned how to do realistic AI, right? The images and stuff. Well, baby, I just learned how to do video AI, and some of it comes out looking real AI-ish. I'm still learning, but I'm very creative. Y'all know I'm very creative. Y'all know the stuff I be posting on my Instagram, like the design work and all that. And I was like, oh Lord, is this the reason why you had me learn how to do that? Because I could use 3 million. I'm just, if you in the business, this woman got a $3 million check and ain't sing a song. But girl, yeah, he thought, yeah. And I said, of all the songs, why would you play that one? It's a video and everything, y'all. I made a video and everything. Yo. It really had to sit here arguing though. Like, and I was like, and so then he just let it ride. I was like, it's just, I said, I just write about what I go through. Like, I'm just writing about what I go through. Because I wrote songs, like I said, I wrote songs about my mom. I wrote songs, like, about life, my experiences, because I know that type of music. I like to hear that type of music. And pretty much, she's a Christian artist, because I talk a lot about Jesus in the music, but I make it in a way that's like, I'm like, I wish there was music out here like this. So it's fun, and I don't hide that it's AI. I tell everybody from the rip, like, I'm like, hey, because I think that was one of the issues with this girl that blew up. Everybody was like, she should have said she was AI. And I'm like, every post she posted, the image, the video was very AI. If you didn't know that was AI, I'm a little worried about you, because it was very, very, I'm AI. Lips rolling up the face type, I'm AI. Okay? But yeah, but the music was still, I like some of the songs, but what got to me is after a while, her whole album just sounded like the same song over and over with different lyrics. But my stuff, y'all know me. I have a spirit of excellence on me when I do certain things. And this, I was just like, it just dropped in my spirit one day. And I was like, you know what, God? All right. And so far, like, we in the infancy stages of it. But baby, I already got like 100 something watch hours. I think I got about 8 songs out. And I dropped the EP under her, and it's an outlet for me. I'm telling you, it helped me deal with everything I was going through. I just put it in my music. Like, I write the songs, I feed it through the generator, If I don't like how it comes out, then I go into the studio and I start tweaking around and using the skills that I do know, because I know stuff from when my brother was rapping and stuff. I learned how to do that. I went to school. I went to college for music production. Um, I always wanted to be a singer, but can't sing. So I would write songs. I've been putting together groups since I was a kid. I've been working with singers. It's like they don't want to sing. I'm like, God and bless them with beautiful voices and they don't want to sing. So I'm just like, that's why I be like, I'm not mad at AI. I'm like, look, the world will end from some way or another. Look who our president is. You think I'm worried about making a song with AI and offending people? If I can get up out of the hood, and that's the thing, you don't hear nobody in poverty talking about this. Nobody in poverty is mad that anybody did something like this. But all the people that got money, they're the ones saying something. All the people that got money, and then all the people that don't got nobody listening to the music they're writing. And I'm like, well, maybe it's your music. Maybe it's your music. Nobody want that. And I'm going to be honest, the ones I clicked on and I listened to the music, I'm like, I'm a music head. I have an ear. Like, I could have been an AR person. I promise you. I have predicted so many people that were going to be stars when I was in high school. I used to do it to the point where people were like, Ashley, who do you think is next? Back on MySpace, when people used to be on MySpace. Like, I have a good ear for music. So it's like, I've always wanted to work with a singer, but people don't be wanting to work. People don't want to work. They don't want to go in the studio. They don't want to do none of that. So I'm like, God, you gave me a way to put my songs out there. But yeah, I kept it quiet. I kept it real quiet because I just feel like when you tell too many people, people will discourage you. It's not even that I feel like they would try to hate on me because there's nothing they could stop what I'm doing. But they would discourage me. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't just be like, oh, that's Ashley's thing, whatever. I feel like they would like people be posting little subliminals and stuff, and that stuff get on my nerves. Just be real. And that's why I say, if you're not with AI and stuff, cool, that's fine, that's good. But like, I'm not trying to hide the fact that it is. I'm not trying to pretend that it's me, but this is my pen. These are my lyrics. Don't play with me on that. I do write. I'm a writer. Give me my credit on that one. But the arrangements and stuff, like, I really be in there. I be in there. Y'all should see me at night. I be up mixing and mastering. But I said all that to say that, like, the songs some of them be a little deep. And I think that's why it's relatable to people though too. It's because the songs really they be hitting them emotions. And that's my life. But yeah, honey, that song got him a little upset. He's like, and then the next day we were talking about something. He was like, he like got like, and I was just joking around. I was like, it's just a song. Y'all, my life is hilarious sometimes. But yeah, I want to tell y'all, but like, because I mean, I need all the support I can get now. Every view is a view. I'm not on streaming platforms yet because I just really want to build it up, and also I want to get my YouTube channel over there monetized, because you are allowed to monetize AI artists. Apparently, like, I'm following all the rules and regulations. But it really is like, I'm having so much fun doing this, y'all. But I really want to share with y'all because I'm like, I want to like have like creative input, but like, I don't know. But I will say this. If you follow my Facebook, if you're friends with me on Facebook, I have shared out a song of this artist. I will say that. I've dropped little subliminals here and there just to kind of, because I know that if I do share it with my following, I do know that I have tons of people that support me that will support it just because I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have tons of people that will support me just because of that. But then I also know that I have people that steal my ideas, which I don't be caring about that, because at the end of the day, you could do the same thing I'm doing. More power to you. I want you to win. But you don't got the brain that God gave me. So whatever I think of creatively, like, if you copy me, you always gonna be one step behind. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have the brain that I do. And what I will say is, this takes a lot of work. I have not made a YouTube channel from the ground up in a long time. To start with 0 followers, try to push my way into an algorithm that I have never tried to be in before, and build a social media presence for this person and everything, while this person is not a real person, is crazy. Y'all, it's so crazy. And I can't wait until it really just gets in there, because then I'm going to have more content to come and talk to you guys about and be like, hey, y'all, you need to get on this. You need to do this. This is the future. But it's so fun because like I'm doing it in less than 7 days. Like it hasn't even been 7 days. It hasn't even been a full week. I have over 100 subscribers to my YouTube channel, and I have, hold on, let me look while I got you guys here. But yeah, I wish y'all could hear this song because I don't understand what, I mean, I do know why he made, because it's real stuff I'm talking about, but nobody knows it but him. Let me check the analytics. Studio. I have 118 subscribers. Girl, yeah, I haven't posted it on there yet because I feel like on Instagram, people know me too well, and they'll be like, and if you caught this live or the replay, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. But I also know I got people that are just as nosy as I am, and they're investigators just like me, so they're going to get to the T. They're going to find it. I'm going to see you pop up over there. I already know it because y'all be doing the most. But I have 100, hold on, how do you read that? Oh, I have 118 subscribers as of right now, and I have had 6,705 views in the last, what's this, 28 days? I haven't been on here for 28 days. Okay, so I started it September 13th. Well, no, has it been 2 weeks? Whatever, I have 101.9 watch hours right now. Baby, my own channel don't even be doing numbers like that in days. My own channel don't do that. And all of my videos have, all of them but one have, well, it has 446 views, 500. So the average is about anywhere from 3 to 4 to 500 views per video. But like the feedback has been good. People are like, oh my gosh, your music's so good. I'll be sure to tell them, hey, I made a whole video dedicated to letting people know so no one can ever say they didn't know that I was AI. I said, I am the person behind it. I didn't say it was me, but I'm like, it is a real writer with real stories behind the music. But I do use an AI voice generator because I do not have the voice to carry the songs out the way that I want them to. So no one can say that I didn't tell them. You know what I'm saying? Get to the bag. That is exactly, listen, when they said, oh, girl got 3 million, and that is just the record deal. That's not talking about the sponsorships. That's not talking about anything else. That's not talking about her YouTube revenue. This woman has millions of streams on one song on YouTube before she even hit streaming platforms. So not only is she making money off of streaming platforms, she's making monetized on YouTube. And then you get a 3, which I know you're bringing in one song, one video, her least viewed video is in the thousands, like hundreds of thousands. She's making like 5K at a minimum off of that one video. So I know that she's getting a nice big old check. And the crazy part is, last time I checked, she only had, let me see what she doing right now. The last time I checked, she only had like, the first time I checked, she had 40,000 subscribers. Then she had 70,000 subscribers. But after all this hype, I think she has more. And what people don't realize is on YouTube, negativity pays as well. So if you come to a person's page, you know what I mean, being hateful or just to voice your opinion like, oh, about AI, she's getting paid every time you click, every time you come and comment. She's getting money. And I love that for her. Like one of her biggest song has 2.4 million views. 2.4 million. Okay, she's at 94.9 subscribers right now. So 2 weeks ago, she was at 70,000. She was at 70,000, and before the $3 million deal broke, she was at 40,000. So she's grown about 50,000 subscribers in the last 2 weeks. I'm not mad at her. Yo, I'm telling you, she literally took, and that's why I said I don't understand why people are hating on her. I get the aspect of saying like, oh, real artists, da 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 da, all that stuff. But at the same time, I'm like, real artists have been using AI for years to fine tune their voice to sound like something that they actually don't sound like. Even in concert, their voice is tuned with auto tune. So it's like now the public has a way to make money. Because, like I said, she said she was a songwriter. She's like, I have no voice to sing. She's like, I write poems and I write songs. And I was like, I write poems and I write songs. I like AI. I like money. And now, and it's crazy because now I'm starting to see more and more people pop up and do this. But like I said, if you want to be good at this, if you really want to sell this and market this, like you have to have a marketing strategy. And that's one thing I'm seeing that sets me apart from some of these other pages that are popping up around the same time I am, because we're all kind of seeing it. AI is what is now. People just mad they don't know how to use it. That part. And that's what I be telling people. I'm like, yes, it has its flaws. Absolutely. I will not come against that. But it also is very beneficial in so many different avenues. And people are like, oh, it's stealing this. And I said, they don't even really take the time to figure out how the generators make their money. Now, there are some generators that are tied up in lawsuits because they were stealing people's intellectual property to train the AI generators. That ain't, listen, dog, court about to get them. Court about to get them because copyright is copyright. But for the ones that didn't, it's like, and for the ones that, and also because I work behind the scenes and I do train AI for some of my side hustles, people are getting paid and lending their voices and their intellectual property to these generators to be trained. So no, they're not stealing from Beyonce and all of them because they don't have to. And if people think that these singers that are famous are the only ones that have voices with the billions of people in the world, and you think people ain't out here working these jobs, I posted 2 of them. They're paying top dollar to train these AIs. They need tutors. They need law people with law degrees. They need all kinds of, they need regular people. I remember one, they were like, can you just, what would be a normal response to this question? They literally, how do you think that, like, if you use ChatGPT, how do you think ChatGPT starts talking like you or talking to you like how you talk to them? Some people's ChatGPT responds like they black. You know what I mean? You know, y'all know how I'm talking about. And some of them respond differently. Like, how do you think they learned that? How do you think they learned how to make stuff look realistic? People act like we wasn't going hard on filters for years. How do you think they learned our faces? Before this AI image generation rolled out realistic stuff, was no problem when we was putting filters from Snapchat all over our faces, all over the internet, and swearing it was us. So now that AI is out here doing those photos of like, oh, this is what people think is pretty. Okay, let's generate these realistic images of what they thought is pretty and put that out there. It wasn't that's why I say it wasn't a problem when it was fun to you and when people weren't making any money and it was just, whatever. Remember before they had the audio thing, remember you could change your voice on some of the filters. There was nothing wrong with that. How do you think they were training your voices? How many people read the terms and the conditions on social media platforms? How many people read it? Meta is one of the hugest investors inside of AI, Facebook, and they own Instagram, Facebook, and all kinds of other stuff. Like, people don't understand. And like, that's why I'm like, yes, I wish it was more ethical. I wish it was not destroying certain parts of the community. I hope they find a way to not mess up people's stuff. But at the same time, life is going to keep on going whether I like it or not. This is still going to be utilized whether we like it or not. And if I can make some money to get my family up out the hood and keep a roof over our heads and move on and do things that I actually want to do, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? Because the fact of the matter is, even everybody that uses it on a user level, if they all stopped, the corporations use it so much and have been using it so much, it wouldn't matter. The world's still going to get destroyed by it. Like, what are you talking about? The hope is that we get to a point where maybe we can get to a place where we can use these type of machines in power and it's powered by something else. You know what I'm saying? but it's not going anywhere. AI is not going anywhere, and you can not support it. This mama, I got 3 kids, and if all it takes is me learning how to prompt, using my creativity that God gave me and my intellectual property, and using, girl, I'll wave to you from the other side. I'll wave to you from the other side. So no, exactly. You found a way to use your talent. Right. Like, that's why I said I'm not mad. I'm telling you, all that did, seeing that lady get that $3 million and you seeing people like hate on her. I was like, y'all hating on the wrong person anyway. Why would you be mad at this woman? This woman found a way to get herself up out of poverty. Like, you're mad at her for what? She didn't do anything illegal. You're saying, oh, she didn't come out outright and say she was AI. Did you see her photos? Every song sounded the same. It was just different words. I don't know. Maybe I just missed it. But anyway, like I'm having fun doing what I'm doing, but like I said, it's very tedious and it takes time, because even with the AI video generators, you can only make, it used to only be 3 seconds, then it went to 5 seconds, now it's at 8 seconds. You can only make 8 seconds of video. And then the fact that you never know what the generator is going to throw out, and a lot of the stuff that the generator throws out is absolute garbage, and you can't use it because it's not a good video. It looks super fake. Super fake. You know exactly who I'm talking about too. Everybody, this girl tried to get an argument with me, y'all. She said, what about the kids? What about the kids and the elderly? They don't know. And I said, girl, how is it hurting them? I said, grandma is probably sitting there with grandbaby listening to music like, oh my gosh. They don't care that it's AI. I said, y'all are tripping. But that just inspired me. And I'm like, yo, I wish first of all, had I known there was a generator out there, to make music, I would have been did this. I ain't even gonna hold you. I love music. I love music so much. And I love, like, I have an ear for what sounds good. And then I can not only can I put my faith into it. That's why I said I love what I'm doing, because not only can I put my faith into it, I can put my life experiences into it, and I can put into it my love for music and my creative design. It feels like everything that I was learning how to do, because remember when I would make the little on my Instagram, how I would make like the little ads or the little, like, with the AI images I was making and stuff, and I was just like, I would love to do this for somebody. They mad at AI, but girl, clock it. That's what it was. That's what it is. They mad at everything but. And I said, they've been doing that for years. But look how they hated on T-Pain when he came out. They swore up and down that man could not sing because he used auto-tune. He said, I just liked how it sounded. They hated on him so bad. So bad. And look at that man. He used his creativity. He did everything he did and got out of Dodge. Love that for him. Love that so much for him. But yeah, like all that stuff that I was learning how to do, like all the little AI posts I was doing, like I said, this was all leading up to this moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was trying to put people on. You know, I would do classes and stuff and tell people how to use it. All of that. People didn't want to listen, so I'm gonna go right on ahead and keep doing what I'm doing. But I do want to share it with y'all. Ooh, I've been on here for over an hour. Oh, I've been on here for over an hour. Let me get off here because I do got to put them babies in the bathtub. I just got excited. I went to therapy and got excited with y'all. I love it. But yeah, tomorrow's my Friday. I'll probably be on tomorrow, probably early, maybe not. I don't know how the day's going to go nowadays. But yeah, I love y'all, and I just thank y'all for tuning in. Like, as always, thank you for your support. It means a lot. I'm going to get a vlog up sometime. I promise. I'm working on it. It's on my list of things to do. It's on my list of things to do because I do miss it. But I really want to be committed to doing it when I do it. But let me go put these babies in the tub. Y'all enjoy y'all evenings, and I hope tomorrow goes good for you. I hope tonight goes good for you. Sunny, like I said, you were in my prayers, girl. Take it a day at a time. If you ever want to talk, girl, I am here. I'm an inbox away. Like, if you just want to talk and I listen. because I understand. Like you go through a range of emotions with grief. Honestly, you know what I mean. If you just want to chat, whatever, I'm always here. But yeah, I love you guys and thank you for tuning in. But I'm getting off of here. Have a good night.